Newcastle Fans TV.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. Newcastle United have had an utter capitulation in the second half. They were 2-1 up and it's ended 4-2 to West Ham United, who make that trip back down south with all 3 points. I'm here with Adam the Swing Fulham.
Stand still tonight. I'll get wrong if I move along.
This is the last words, and this is where we go through in depth. If you're new to us, subscribe to us as well, about everything that's happened today. So, Adam, what did you make of the starting 11? Because I'll be honest with you, I was pretty happy with us going forward, but I'm worried about our defence.
I was happy ASM starting plays like that. I think it was just more that you look Kraft starting. It's no disrespect to Kraft. I'm not going to stand and pick on him, but you got two centre halves on the bench. He's playing a 3-5-2. Lascelles and Shaw on the bench. Got to start with him ahead of Kraft for me. Frustrating one, but it's so frustrating coming out of that ground there and knowing we've lost that game. But Kraft shouldn't be starting in that back three for me. No chance.
We'll go in a bit depth about the back three a little bit later on, but what a first 5 minutes. West Ham could have been 1-0 up. Corner from Cresswell, and somehow Almiron clears it off the line. I think it's Soucek. Like I said, we've only just come out of the ground, so if it isn't, just I do apologise in advance. But the warnings were there, but Newcastle take the lead, and Allan Saint-Maximin was, I think, everywhere for this game. But what a cross for Callum Wilson, 1-0, perfect start.
Yeah, it was, and I said it looked like it was going to be our day. We looked really dangerous for most parts of the game going forward, but then just fizzled out that every now and then we looked really suspect every time West Ham came forward. We just looked like we were going to concede. We just looked terrible at the back. But yeah, ASM looked dangerous every time he got the ball, to be fair, Johnny, but then he just looked by himself. Wilson did well, got his goal, which we know he'll do. I just think we just look so dangerous every time other teams are going to go against us. You imagine we're playing a Man City or a Liverpool, we're going to get hounded with that defence. Really poor. But yeah, it was an enjoyable game to be in there. It was good to be back. But yeah, we look poor defensively.
Yeah, and Alan perfectly touched about Newcastle's defence, and I felt like from my point of view, 150 miles an hour Newcastle were for the first 20 minutes, and there were mistakes happening, and West Ham slowly but surely were getting chances and were causing real problems, and West Ham did get an equaliser. Cresswell's cross was eventually got in the back of the net. I think Jarrod Bowen sticks it in, but there was a bit of controversy, VAR offside. And in the end, Martin Atkinson decides, or VAR decided it wasn't offside, and West Ham did equalise, and it was just a matter of time, unfortunately, Adam, wasn't it?
I was sat in that corner, sitting in the Gallagher East, and I knew it was in. It didn't look offside to me, so it didn't surprise us whatsoever. But again, we just switch off at the wrong times. We do ourselves so well to get in front so early, and then just basics, absolute basics.
But Newcastle did get a little bit better towards the end of the first half, and Newcastle actually took the lead again. The guy next to me was saying, can someone just have a hold of this football and just take a little bit of time with it and just relax and calm down? And we did do that for a 5-10 minute spell. Crossing from the left hand side, Jacob Murphy, what a header. What a header. We'll talk probably about maybe a bit of poor stuff from Jacob Murphy in the second half, but you can't take anything away from that header, Adam. It was a fantastic finish. You must have enjoyed that.
No, I personally missed it,
so I was teeing that one up.
I was having a wee, should I say, but no, it was he is what he is. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. Defensively, second half he was shocking, but he's got that in him. He'll come in the box late. Just so deflating. It's hard to do these videos after when you've just been beaten like that. But yeah, he's going to be a big player for this season for me. For me, he's one of the names who starts week in, week out. Murphy, he can deliver a ball, he can score goals. So looking forward to watching him.
I don't know what was said at half time by Steve Bruce, because Newcastle 2-1 actually hit the crossbar for Almiron. Could have made it 3-1. I think even Emil Kraft has a chance on the edge of the box, and you're thinking, right, resettle, let's get back to basics and just see this game out. But as much as Allan Saint-Maximin is a fantastic football player and done pretty well today, you can't fanny around with it in your own half. You can't. I'm sorry, because there was a couple of times he'd done that today, and Declan Rice just goes, thank you very much, see you later. Counter-attack happens, and Allan Saint-Maximin's at fault for Benrahma's goal. But what on earth are Kieran Clark and Matt Ritchie doing that far post? Someone please just take full responsibility and go, right, I'm going to get you out of the way. Benrahma's about 5'2". You're just a bit taller than Adam. You shouldn't be scoring.
It was awful defending, but when you say about ASM, he's worth the risk. To be fair, like I think
can't be doing that.
No,
Adam.
you can't. No, I agree, you can't. But he's worth the risk in that he's the only player we've got to go forward. If you look at the whole game today, everything really came through him. Like every time he got the ball, all in the crowd like, right, he's got it. And then bar that, you're right, he will lose it, but that's when you need your defensive players to step up and right, we've got this risky player. But yeah, I think he's worth the risk, me personally, because he's the only player we've got to do anything. Callum Wilson's there to pick the parts, score the goals. After that, who have we got? It's a bang average team bar ASM. You take ASM out of that team, got no one.
Look, to be honest, I completely agree with what he's saying in terms of ASM. He is our best attacking threat. There's no doubt about that. But someone's got to go. Don't do that in there. Just don't do it in there. Because if you can just release the ball a little bit, we don't concede. It's not 2-2. But
and who's your captain today? Look at it. It's was it Shelby or Willoughby?
Fernandez was announced as the captain, and Shelby was the one doing the coin toss.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think you're right. You need someone to tell him. But when you're dropping your captain today, which he did, everyone's saying, "Oh, Lascelles wasn't fit." He was fit. He's dropped his captain today. Bruce doesn't know what he's doing. Simple as. No one knows what's going on anymore. But.
Well, so it's 2-2, and West Ham probably thinking, right, let's just try and get this goal, and it comes from another error really, and just awful defending, and that five at the back, we're probably looking at that penalty decision. Apparently it's very, very soft. We haven't seen it again, but Jacob Murphy is the one that makes the challenge after Antonio heads the crossbar pretty much. I don't know how he doesn't score from the cross beforehand. After Declan Rice played a lovely ball towards Soucek, Ritchie just didn't know where to go positionally. But 3-2, but Woodman very, very unlucky because it was a great save. But is he going to be a bit annoyed with himself, Adam, because he's probably thinking, can I keep it in or can I push it away? But you can't really blame him too much because he saves the penalty, doesn't he?
I thought it was a soft one in that they'll be given every game in like a follow-in tackle. But I thought Woodman was great today, and I know he conceded the 4 goals, but if he's my number one going forward, I've said it in many videos we've done, I'd trust him, but your defenders have got to react quicker. If you're going on like that, it's not Woodman's fault. Your defenders have got to react a bit quicker to get there instead of the forwards. Soft penalty for me, but again, it's so frustrating doing this video straight after. I hate them when we've just lost, but I trust Woodman. I think he looks good. I thought he did bad. There's not much else he could have done for the penalty. He saved it. Can he react quicker? Not really. For me, his defenders should be reacting quicker, but yeah, it's a frustrating one.
It was very frustrating, but he did actually get us out the shit in the first half with a fantastic save. Jarrod Bowen just dazzled through our defence, and I forgot to mention that, but what a save. But they were having a go at him as well, like likes of Ritchie and Clark having a go at him. Take a look at yourselves before having a go at a young lad making his Premier League debut. Honestly,
I don't think he could have done much more. I really don't. I thought it was a solid debut. I know he conceded 4 goals, but you're going to be harsh to criticise him for me. Very harsh.
But West Ham didn't end there, unfortunately, and it was 4-2. Jacob Murphy, 5 minutes earlier before West Ham score, lovely cross on a play for Callum Wilson. Fabianski does well. Can you just do that again instead of just faffing on with it? Why? I don't get it. Just get the ball in. You don't need to take that extra touch. If it hits the defender and it goes out for a throw in a corner, fine, but don't try and do too much. And it's unfortunately from then, West Ham counter-attack again. Massive gaps at the back. Michail Antonio in the box. Thank you very much. 4-2, and West Ham, unfortunately, Adam getting all 3 points. But again, another goal where it could have been easily stopped early on.
All 4 goals were really poor. You don't look at any of the goals and go, well done West Ham. Matt Ritchie was all over the place today, defensively all over the place. So it's a really tough one to take, in that we took the lead twice. So you look at us and go, right, we should be going there, we should be there, but we were absolutely all over the place defensively. Matt Ritchie, love him, always rated him on the channel, but he's got to pull his finger out a bit defensively. It's just so frustrating. What a massive disappointment today, especially the second half.
Very, very disappointing. Newcastle tried to get back into it. ASM was the biggest threat, as we've mentioned. Ryan Fraser comes on from John Joe Shelby, who was booed by some Newcastle fans. Getting your comments if he deserved those boos. I personally don't think he did, but I'm sure there'll be other people that'll disagree with that.
I just think he's just doesn't look like. For me, I didn't boo him, He just doesn't really get what it is to play for the club still.
Was he that bad though, Adam?
No, he wasn't. He was no worse than anyone else. He wasn't worth being booed.
Is Almiron worse than him today?
No, I mean, Almiron shouldn't have started for me. I would have started an extra centre midfielder. I still don't know what he's been here 3 years. I still don't know where Almiron's meant to play, but I just think Shelvey, he's meant to be captain, he's meant to be vice captain. What does he bring to the club? I said this before today, before the game. What does he bring to the club like? Really, what does he bring to the club?
I think it is a debate. The John Joe Shelvey debate will always be there, I suppose. But it did end at 4-2. Joe Linton came on. Sean Longstaff came on as well, but by that point West Ham were pretty much in control. Let's hear what Steve Bruce had to say. I don't think he'd been a very happy bunny at the end of full time today.
It was a great game first half, in my opinion, where I think the crowd really enjoyed the spectacle of it. But second half, the big turning point for me is the penalty, and for me it looked harsh when I seen it. Don't know why the referee can't just go and have a look for himself rather than somebody 300 miles away making that decision for him. But as I said, I thought it was a bit harsh. We're now chasing the game, and when we chase the game, in the Premier League especially, you leave yourself open and vulnerable. And unfortunately, we got caught once or twice, or even a few times, trying to have people up the pitch and breaking on us. So, look, defensively, we have to be better, but there was a lot of positives which we can work on.
And we're back. Adam, it is tough, isn't it? Because 4-2 at home against West Ham, you're thinking, right, there's no positives from that. Going forward, we are a threat.
No.
We can't take that away. But they say goals win games, clean sheets win leagues. Now, we're never going to win leagues, but clean sheets might keep out of a relegation zone. As that a lovely car. It's a lovely, lovely car, actually. Just starts the engine. So if apologies in advance if it's revving up as it leaves St James's Park. But attacking-wise, plenty of positives.
Yeah. I think most fans would have said at the start of the season, we need to improve the defence. I think most fans will agree with us saying that. Is Lascelles good enough? Not really. Is Fernandez good enough? At times. Clark, at times. We needed a big, strong centre-half. Lejeune, we let go, and I thought that was the man. I thought he was going to come in this season and really help us. I think we're really suspect at the back. Really, really poor at the back. And it's short today. You concede 4 goals. You've got to really improve at the back. I really like us going forward at times. Willock coming in I'm not going to be too downbeat about today. I think Willock coming in will really help us, but you can get a bus through there, mate. I think Willock coming in will really help us, but I just think at the back we're so suspect. How many reliable fullbacks have we got, really? Manquillo, we don't even play fullbacks, to be fair.
Mankey wasn't even on the bench today.
No, I know. I just don't.
9 substitutes and he's not even on the bench. Really I'm not saying he's any good, by the way.
Us 3-5-2. For me, we should be 4-4-2 because it's just basic football, and that's what Bruce should be. But a frustrating one. I really worry about us defensively.
You look at Steve Bruce. You'll go back to the tactics board ahead of the game against Aston Villa next Saturday, which we will be at. The defence is going to be the talking point. Yeah. Now, Ritchie and Murphy, fullbacks wise, Murphy offers a little bit more. I thought Ritchie at times, especially going forward, just get the ball in your left footed, just do it, don't have to take another touch. But the 3 centre halves we've mentioned all the way through the video are just so suspect today. And I said this last week against Norwich. Norwich City didn't really have a striker. No. West Ham had attackers, and we got torn anew on today. And who would you say the best 3 centre halves are? Because you look like at the minute we've probably got rid of our best one in Lejeune. Lascelles, why is Jamal Lascelles not starting that? If he's a club captain, what on earth has he done in pre-season to piss them off, essentially? I just feel if he wants to play 3-5-2, I think we should play 4-4-2, because if you're a poor manager, then just play 4-4-2, because anyone can really play 4-4-2. We could set up 4-4-2 up. So if you're a poor manager, just play 4-4-2, which he is. So you've got 2 fullbacks, which we have. You can play a Manquillo, you can play a Lewis left back. If you're going to play 3-5-2, you've got to have really 3 good centre halves, which we don't do. And he wants to play it, so you've got to play Lascelles. I know a lot of fans will slag Lascelles off. I get it, but he's our captain, as you said, Johnny. He's got to play Lascelles. Shaw is technically a good footballer. He's got to play Shaw, and Fernandez will put his body on the line. You've got to play Shaw
Lascelles and Fernandes as your back three. He's played Kraft today. I'm not going to... It's just... Why play Kraft as a centre-half is beyond me. He's going to play 3-5-2, so me, it's got to be Lascelles, Shaw and Fernandes. Or just play 4-4-2, basics. Any daft club, Sunday League or anything can play 4-4-2. And you set it up, you're two full backs and two centre halves, but for some reason I think we'll get absolutely battered 3-5-2 every week. I really do.
Well, the next game's Aston Villa next Saturday, 3 o'clock, so we'll see if Adam's right and we do get battered. But look, it's going to be an interesting week on Tyneside. Joe Willock, of course, came out as well just before kick-off, and it was fantastic atmosphere, to say the least. But
yeah,
it's going to be
back.
Great. Well, it's not too bad to be back. If we can just have a win, that'll be all right. But I'm sure you've seen all the videos with Matt, Carl, Brandon and Sam throughout the day. Make sure you give that a watch as well. You would have seen Lee with the match reaction. And there's so much to look forward to on NFTV this week. John Hall, Part 2, is also out this week on the Greenwood and Mullen show. He talks about his time selling the club to Mike Ashley. What will happen in the future for Newcastle? His opinions on Steve Bruce. It's certainly not to be missed. We'll have all the previews for the Aston Villa game. I'll tell you what, there might even be an away vlog for the Villa Park as well. So better there will be, and there'll be some certain music as well, because a lot of people like it. But from a very gloomy St James's Park, it's finished. Newcastle 2, West Ham 4, and we'll see you all very, very soon.